Hello and a happy Monday morning to you, my amazing fruit treacle tarts of minty melon gelatin puffs. Coffee cheers to you. It is I, Hallie, with today's weekly reading book review as usual, and the stack is short. So I'll tell you why in a few. But pour yourself a cup of coffee if you want to talk about books and stories, what I read, what I didn't finish, what I'm currently reading, and might read next. Cool. Okay, here we go. The first one I finished, I was in the midst of last week when we chatted. This is The New Girl by Cassandra Clare. This is a middle grade graphic novel. Gorgeous artwork, family immigration story, adapting from, I want to say Romania, forgive me. I've had a lot in my head in the past week, to Canada, learning a new language, French, etc. So really thoughtfully done with the mix of languages at an international school. So not everybody talks the same language, finding people who speak your language, going through some of the things girls' bodies go through in middle school, etc. So, and also family dynamics. So this was a lot packed in a beautiful package, and thoroughly enjoyed The New Girl by Cassandra Clare, out from Scholastic Graphics. Yay! This next book, guys, if not my favorite book I've read so far this year, it's definitely, because I can't remember all the books I've read so far this year, it's going to be in my top 3 at least for 2025. This was amazing. This is Return to Sender by Vera Brosgol. This is a illustrated middle grade, so appropriate for all ages. She has done graphic novels in the past, but this was her first prose book with illustrations to match. So it was so good. I don't even know what to tell you. It is New York City. It is slightly, what do we call it? If it's not magical realism, it's speculative fiction. And so just the right amount of magic. There's a bad guy neighbor. It's a little quirky and odd, and unlikely friends, and a poor kid who has to go to a preppy Ivy League school where his mom's a janitor. So there's that weird, it was just so much, and it was so good. So highly, highly recommend for all ages. That means you too, grown-ups, as well as parents looking for books for their children, or students, or nieces and nephews, all the things. Return to Sender, Vera Brosgol. I loved it. This, I'm looking, Roaring Brook Press, I think, put it out. Anyway, I'll find it and tag it down below. Yeah, Roaring Brook Press, from Macmillan Kids. Anyway, Return to Sender, I loved it. There's art, there's words, and it was so great. Okay? Cool. The next one I didn't finish. I'm not even going to tag it below because writing a book is hard. Reviews are for readers, right? So no shade to the author. He's apparently very successful. I just couldn't finish it because it was not well written. This is not his first book. He's written dozens, so good for him. He's making it. And I love the cover, and I loved the concept and the title. This is the Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale by Ben Miller. Aladdin published the paperback. It was published first in Britain. I couldn't read it. I got almost halfway, and as Annie Jones says, life's too short to read books you hate. So I'm sorry. It wasn't terribly, it just wasn't well written. In the first 60 pages, he used the word suddenly at least 4 times. And I mean, maybe it's a made up rule, but I'm pretty sure Mark Twain said, don't ever use the word suddenly. Other words in context can tell us something shocking happened. So just don't use it. And then I got to page 100, and even like twice in 2 pages, he had used the word suddenly, like across from each other, and it was just like, stop. So anyway, something my agent and future editor would have definitely caught. Don't use suddenly, and don't overuse it, heaven forbid. So that one's going back to my used bookstore, so maybe someone will love it better than me, who's not as analytical about writing for children. Okay, the other that's all I finished this week, guys. I'll show you what I'm halfway through, but I want to tell you what's been taking up most of my time. Not season 4, but there is Project Runway season 18 is on Netflix, and hosted by Christian Siriano, which this was his season 4 in remember our days of Fierce when Fierce was a thing. That was Christian Siriano. Anyway, he's now the Tim Gunn of the series, which is coming back to Disney Plus / Hulu this summer, and I can't wait. But I'm obsessed with Project Runway. I call it art sports. And as Greta Gerwig says, you make a film from the footage you have. And so season 18 has done a great, compelling job of creating a villain and making you go change alliances. There aren't alliances. It's not Survivor, but you know, it's a runway fashion show. So anyway, I'm obsessed with Project Runway. I love it. And I'm watching season 18. I have 1 episode left. So if you know who wins, don't tell me. We're down to the final 4, and it's New York Fashion Week, which oddly enough, when they filmed this, It was February 2020, the before times, and that whole thing has blown my mind of the whole season. Anyway, so I'm watching Project Runway 18, almost done with it, and I haven't read a lot this week, along with work and art and family and all the things. Okay, currently reading. And I have this much left. I think I have like 100 pages left, 180 pages left. Okay, guys, if this wasn't for a book club I'm reading on Wednesday night, I wouldn't keep reading it. Okay, this is why I don't read historical fiction that often. It's too sad. And I know you don't know what you don't know until you learn it, and then you know it, and then you're sad about knowing it because your life was happier before you knew it. Anyway, this is Lisa C., The Island of Sea Women. It is a Jeju, a small island off of Korea, a Korean island, where women for generations, hundreds of years, dive for seafood. And I was intrigued because strong women, yay! Like the men watch the kids and sit under the tree, and the wives are the providers. So backward society. Great. I will say this for book club. I won't go into it. And it was the premise was, of course, that, which love it, great. Strong women, history, hooray, and a friendship between two people. But we're basically having the whole Korean history of the 20th century and the Japanese occupation, and then World War II, and now the Americans are there, and the people are being killed because they think they're rebels and communists, and it's just awful. So there's this, not my current, or, you know, my preferential reading, because it's hard and heartbreaking and depressing, and I know real life can be really stinky sometimes, and I know it still happens around the world, but it makes me sad. So currently reading book club. Hopefully I'll be able to wash that on my head after Wednesday night. And How I Will Cleanse My Palate. You saw this in my last reel. This is The Romance Rivalry by Susan Lee. Also, you know, history is important, and I'm not a denier of terrible things that happen. It just makes me sad, okay? Anyway, I will cleanse my palate with a happy YA rom-com. Check out my last reel for all the pre-order goodies that she sent along with this. And when I pre-ordered it from the Meet Cute bookshop out in San Diego, she signed it for me. So exciting. Romance Rivalry. Definitely looking forward to that, and being done with The Island of Sea Women. Also hope to read soon just because it's so pretty and short and beautiful. And did I mention how gorgeous this book is? I think this is also speculative fiction, somehow a environmental, I don't know what it is, but it's pretty and I bought it and I want to read it. And I got a review copy, early copy of, I left the paper over there, I will put it in the comments, B.A. Shapiro's new one. This is the lost masterpiece. She writes art mysteries. So good, so good, so compelling. She really knows what she's talking about. The Art Forger was the second book of hers I read, and it was unbelievable. And again, when someone writes about art and I don't have to cringe at what they don't know and get wrong, I'm in. So looking forward to B.A. Shapiro's brand new one, The Lost Masterpiece, out from Algonquin, I believe in June or July. So I'll keep you posted. It's a hefty one, but I know it's going to be a page turner and I can't wait. Also, isn't that beautiful? Like the back of the canvas and the painting, and I can't wait. So it's usually like art, heisty, whatever. So we'll read that soon. Even if it is historical, at least it's about art. So should help. Okay, let me know what stories you're reading, loving, watching, enjoying, etc. And I will hopefully have some studio time this week, also revising. And my Substack will go out in a few days. And I really love this issue of the Marker Recap. So make sure you subscribe to that. Link in my bio, or I'll put up my stories for you today too. Okay, cool. Coffee cheers to you. Oh, also it's the last week to get your May Crayon Box stickers, plural because birthday month, and double birthday month. And so sign up for that in the next few days if you would like May stickers before June goes out next week. So exciting. Okay, we'll talk at you later. Love you guys.